what is happening. Anthony Joshua stops Prenga in round 2. Honest reaction, honest opinion, honest, just completely. I've just woke up. Let's get into this straight away. First of all, I've got a load of notes on my phone. Let's get into it. The first thing I noticed, before I want to get into any deep dive or any reaction, AJ, fair play. Congratulations on getting the dub. And who knows, right? The only person who knows how deep and how difficult that camp was will be AJ and his team. God knows the amount of mental struggles and mental battles he had to go through to get back to even stepping into the ring. And I will be forever grateful that we can say we seen AJ at least one more time, even if the Tyson Fury fight doesn't even happen. But I think it will. It's signed, but I'll not believe it until I see them two walking into the ring together. But before we get into any of that, AJ, fair play for overcoming that huge mental struggles and that huge mental battle that only God knows he went through, because that tragic accident and the injuries, the physical injuries that we don't even know about, his team kept very quiet. Just amazing. AJ comes out looking very confident, looking very calm. I was like, in the ring walk, I was like, right, this is going to be good. This is going to be like, AJ looks clean, he looks locked in, he looks dialed in. And the man hadn't had a haircut. I was like, right, he didn't have a haircut for AJ Ruiz too. He is dialed in. And then round 1 happens and he gets hurt by an uppercut. Now, my first initial reaction, I was shitting myself. I was terrified. I'm a huge AJ fan, and I was just, I could barely watch it through, like, just my heart racing. But he gets dropped by an uppercut, which didn't seem to be a huge, massive punch. Now, could it be a matter of AJ got caught really cold after all that time away from the ring, after all that time being out? Could it have been nerves? Or could Prenga just have really good power? And I want to give a massive shout out to Prenga. He came out and was so ambitious and made AJ fight and made AJ work. He could have come in and danced around the ring, danced around and made AJ look real bad, made AJ look like chasing him constantly, like almost kind of like the Jake Paul fight where Anthony Joshua was against the timer, was against the clock, where it was just a matter of how long does it be until AJ gets him out of there. I did predict AJ to win this fight in round 3 or round 4. It was just a matter of how good AJ looked. But Prenga, massive shout out, and he did have power. Now, it does make you question, and it does make me worried for Anthony Joshua. Does he have the same punch resistance, or was he just caught completely cold? And only time will tell that. But after round 1, AJ getting hurt 2 or 3 times, and just every time he went to engage with Prenga, he just looked so shaky, so nervous, so off balance, and the whole going and training with the Usyk camp, I didn't see too many new changes. I just seen like a very similar AJ. He came out in round 2, looked a lot more balanced, looked a lot more controlled, looked like he got his legs underneath him and got Prenga out of there with a beautiful right hand. I think Prenga really tired in that fight. I think he got a big massive adrenaline dump whenever he got AJ hurt, and then whenever AJ just capitalized and landed a beautiful right hand. AJ has serious knockout power, and I think that gives Tyson Fury a lot of problems. But in a way, it was good to see Anthony Joshua battle adversity, battle a bit of a mental challenge inside the ring. We got to see that he still has that mentality of an absolute champion, and the way AJ conducted himself after the fight, true champion. He didn't really want to speak too much about the whole incident, about what happened in Nigeria, but he just the way the man carries himself, he's an absolute credit to boxing, he's an absolute hero, and he's a true champion. And Tyson Fury absolutely bottled that by not showing up. There was such a good chance for to build a good promo for the fight, but Tyson Fury bottled it. He said he was going to be there and he wasn't. Just, I really don't like Tyson Fury whatsoever. I think he's just, this is why I'm not confident the fight is going to get made, because I think Tyson Fury will just dance around, tease the fight, and then wait for an opportunity to say, oh, Anthony Joshua didn't want to fight me, whenever Anthony Joshua is pursuing that fight. Straight away after the fight, he is looking to see is Tyson Fury in that arena. One thing I do want to comment on that I didn't really expect, but the bromance between Usyk and Joshua, I think, is beautiful. You seen straight away after AJ gets the knockout, you seen Usyk have the crucifix and he was almost crying and he looked really emotional. I love that bromance, and I do think that having Usyk and having Usyk's team in the corner, I think will be a massive benefit to Anthony Joshua for the Tyson Fury fight. I think this fight was just purely about getting his confidence back, looking okay, getting that time back in the ring, getting his legs back underneath him, which he done. But for the Tyson Fury fight, both fighters aren't at their peak, aren't at their prime, which is obvious. Like, for me, Anthony Joshua looked very shaky in that first round, which is pretty obvious, but Tyson Fury doesn't look great either. He hasn't looked amazing in his recent performances, and I think for that makes the intrigue in this fight the maximum it can be. We have seen both fighters look not at their best, and I do think if Anthony Joshua came out completely flatlined Prenga and just like didn't look shaky at all, everybody would be going into the Tyson Fury fight predicting AJ to win. But because both fighters haven't looked their best, it is a promoter's dream right now, because it's the best way to market the fight, because both fighters, there's so much intrigue there. Who's going to turn up? What style's going to be better on the night, because both fighters aren't at their prime, aren't at their peak, and it'll just be very interesting to see who can manage that better. Like, as a neutral, you would want the two fighters to be declining at the same level, just to see the best possible, most competitive fight whenever they both step inside the ring between AJ and Fury. But as an AJ fan, I wanted to see completely flatlined in Prenga and no decline whatsoever, which is very unlikely due to just everything that I had been through. But Anthony Joshua gets the dub, lands a massive right hand. Shout out to Prenga, and yeah, it's going to be a very interesting fight. It's going to be a very interesting build-up if it does get made. I do predict AJ to win, but time will tell. We will see. We will be covering that on here. Let me know your thoughts about the fight, and where do we go from here. Peace.